In today's video, I'm going to be covering what I think GPU mining will look like in 2023, mainly the hardware changes and the future coins to mine. As we are coming up on the new year, I thought I'd make this video to help you guys prepare and set plans for future mining and the year to come for crypto mining. Firstly, I want to talk about GPU hardware. GPU mining is currently the biggest type of crypto mining, and I think we'll definitely see it expand in 2023. Obviously, this year we saw a huge hit due to the GPU mining scene with the Ethereum merge. However, a lot of people still held on to their GPUs and are still looking for ways to be profitable with GPU mining. Now, in terms of hardware, I don't think there is much to look forward to, as Nvidia and AMD just released their new series of cards, which will probably be sold for the next 2 years. This means that the hardware we have right now won't be different in 2023. There is going to be the release of the 4070 and the 4060 iterations, which, if they're anything like their previous versions, they could produce very efficient hash rates to power. The 3060 and the 3070 have pretty much been the two most efficient cards in the space, so let's hope that the 4070 and the 4060 continue this trend, as it would allow us miners to close that profit gap that is already very small. When it comes to AMD cards, we have seen the release of the RX 7900 XTX and the RX 7900 XT. These cards right now take less power than Nvidia's latest series, and they cost a considerable amount less than the latest Nvidia's. However, the driver support for AMD cards is always bad when they release. This is why many miners choose to go with Nvidia cards, as these are supported on a lot of mining programs, and many GPU coins are catered towards Nvidia mining. Now, there is some GPUs coming out from Intel in 2023, but the first release of them this year hasn't really shown them to be good at mining. Also, a lot of programs don't offer support for these Intel cards. So in my opinion, these new Intel cards won't be worth it for mining. The only problem I have right now is that the prices for GPUs are still very high, and Nvidia are definitely inflating their prices too much for the 40 series. As I said, AMD have discounted their prices around 20% for the new 7000 series, and I think this was done in an effort to get ahead of Nvidia in sales. That covers the basics of hardware for GPU mining in 2023, so now let's move on to GPU mining coins, which will have the most growth in 2023. The first coin is one that's had an extraordinary rise this year and has really come out of nowhere. This is obviously Kaspa coin. If you're even remotely connected to the crypto mining scene, you would have probably heard about Kaspa coin. I think the reason for the rise of this coin is the technology it's built on. The new block DAG architecture is a way of utilizing all the computing power on the network. This allows for miners to make more profits on the algorithm, and this is why it's had such a massive rise. Miners are switching over to the Kaspa network because it produces way better profits than any other coin out there. Now, with all these new miners hitting the network, let's make sure that this network doesn't have a 51% attack. Which brings us to the sponsor of this video, CryptoPool.online. As you can see here, they are listed on mining pool stats already. Because of these hard times in crypto mining, the team has decided to allow for 0% fees on the pool until the end of January, as you can see here. There's options in this pool for both solo and pool mining. If you click one of these, it will take you to a quick guide on how to set up the miner. First, you set up a wallet address, then download a miner. They support a range of mining programs such as BZ Miner, LOL Miner, SBR Miner, and Team Red Miner. It has pre-made batch file text here. All you have to do is replace the wallet address text, as you can see here. Recently, this pool has also been doing testing for the new FPGAs on the Kaspa network, and we'll be showing the results of that shortly in the future. Lastly, the pool has plans to expand in the future, as they only support US mining at the moment. They have told me that this expansion will happen after the rewrite of Kaspa, which the pool is working closely with Kaspa team to further the rewrite. So start spreading the hash rate and head over to CryptoPool.online now. The link for that is in the first link in the description below. Now, Kaspa coin has one major thing coming in 2023, and this is the rewrite of the coin's programming language. They are currently rewriting the code on the Rust coding language. This will allow the network to improve transactions per second, drive outside developments on the network, and increase the efficiency of the block DAG algorithm. For us miners, this rewrite will allow more blocks per second, and in turn will allow for smaller thresholds for solo mining Kaspa coin, which is one of the great features right now. This being that even miners with low hash rates can solo mine and find blocks relatively easily. The rewrite will also give more profits towards miners. In 2023, I think that we'll see Kaspa have even more of a rise with the introduction of FPGAs and ASICs on the network. It could also help this coin to reach top 100 coins in no time. So Kaspa is definitely one of the coins to keep an eye on right now. The best GPUs to mine Kaspa is either the 3070 or the 3060 Ti. They are both super efficient and produce great profits in this bear market. The best mining program right now for Kaspa is LOL Miner. They just came out with an improved update for mining Kaspa coin in the range of around 8 to 10% more speed. The next coin is one that we all know and love, and this is Flux coin. Now Flux coin has had a massive rise in the past year. This is probably due to the continuous building on the network and the release of the new parallel assets. Flux has some big things coming in 2023 which will most likely help the coin in the long run. The first is the halving of Flux coin. This is a block reward halving which will happen at the start of the year in February. It's probably going to make GPU mining unprofitable for a while on the coin, however it could also increase the price of the coin as the supply is decreasing. This halving will also apply to node users, so they'll receive half of the rewards they are getting now. I did make a video on this halving previously where I encouraged people to start mining Flux now to get ahead of the halving hype. So I think it would be wise to stack some Flux before this happens. Another thing being released is the 3 other parallel assets. This means that you'll get, in theory, 100% more rewards for mining overall when they all release. This means slightly more profits for us miners. Also, these parallel assets will stack in your mining pool, so it'd be wise to keep mining Flux now and accumulating more of these parallel assets for when they release in 2023. Lastly, Flux might be introducing their new proof of useful work, which will help miners make profits by using the hash rates for useful work like scientific research. What happens is an institution will go to the Flux team and issue a job. Then if you are mining on the Flux network, it will select your GPU to complete this job instead of mining. In turn, you get paid in Flux for doing the job. This is a way of using the excess computing power for useful work. This is the first of its kind and it would be very interesting to see how it pans out. Maybe other mineable coins could also implement this if it sees success in the future. Overall, in 2023, I think we'll see Flux climb the ladder a fair bit more, maybe even into the top 75 coins. Now when it comes to mining, the 20 series cards from Nvidia are pretty much the most efficient cards out there on the Zel hash algorithm. Also, the new Mini Z update allows for higher hash rates on both AMD and Nvidia cards, so it's probably the best miner program to use for Flux mining. The third coin had a huge hash rate hit when Ethereum had their merge, and this is the Ergo coin. Ergo coin received over around 170 terahash of hash rate on the network just after the merge. This really excelled it as one of the top coins to mine. Right now the hash rate has dropped off, but the coin's community is growing and developing quickly. They recently had a change to their emission schedule, which allows for more rewards of the future mining. Lately there has also been talks about FPGAs on the Ergo network. However, the team said that if it comes down to it, they'll open a vote to the community to see if they want to allow FPGA mining. Ergo has been a promising coin but has had more support after the Ethereum merge. Sadly, the team decided to take over the Ethereum Classic Twitter, which rubbed people a wrong way a little bit. Ergo has been in the space for a couple of years, and I think if the adoption comes through, then we can definitely see it being utilized more in the whole crypto space. The best GPU for mining Ergo right now is probably the 4090. Normally, the Ergo network favors more powerful cards, and the 4090 is super powerful compared to other GPUs. The next coin is another favorite in the space, and this is Ravencoin. Unfortunately, Ravencoin had a halving at the start of 2022, which really didn't help us miners as profitability was slashed even before the Ethereum merge had happened. However, we are starting to see the price rise, which could make it more profitable looking forward into 2023. Ravencoin has had the highest issuance out of any GPU mineable coin, which means it produces the most capital on the network per day. This definitely gives it more validity for the future of mining. Right now we are seeing the hash rate drop on the network, which means that if the trend continues, we'll soon see it hit profitability. Ravencoin hasn't been around for too long, so it still has time to grow, but I feel like it just needs a little bit more mainstream adoption to really give it that push. If this happens in 2023, then I think miners will follow this price spike, and it could even take it to the top 50 coins. All 30 series cards are great on the Kaspa algorithm, so if you have these cards and don't know which coin to mine, I'd definitely pick Ravencoin right now. The last coin I'm putting in here is in a testnet phase, but I can definitely see it having application in the future. It's a coin called IronFish. As I said, it's in the testnet form right now, but you can participate by mining and it will give you points on the network. In turn, these points will equate to a sum of coins when the full release happens on the network. Once you go onto the main website, you can just click on the Join Incentive Testnet, then sign up and you'll be added to the Phase 3 part of the testnet, which will release in January. You can earn points by mining and doing certain things on the network as it says here. After the mainnet releases, you can exchange the points for coins. It's kind of like a pre-mine, but you're actually helping the developers on the network. I don't know currently when the full release will happen, but it could happen in 2023. So keep your eyes out and start accumulating some points on this testnet. I don't really know where this coin is going to go as per se, but I just have a feeling that it has some sort of application in the crypto community, and it's good to accumulate points on the testnet now that you can trade for coins later. So those are my picks for GPU mining in 2023 and beyond that. If you guys have any questions or thoughts, leave them in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer them. Make sure to like the video and subscribe for more content like this.